Are you in your 20s and you want to find a way to start having more money? Well, you come to the right place. What I'm going to say here, what I'm going to teach you, it comes from personal experience. It comes from earning money. It comes from losing money. It comes from traveling around Europe as an online entrepreneur, as well as working in the restaurant business, sort of mixing it a little bit. And I'm 25 by now, and I recently learned actually a very, very effective strategy for how to always have money in the bank. So when you look at like the end of the month, you won't be looking at it thinking, where did all that money go, right? That's very common. I was struggling with that. I know most people, the majority of people are struggling with that, and it's usually self-created when you don't have enough money in the bank by the end of the month, or you're relying on a paycheck every single month. Like if you didn't get paid for 1 month, you probably wouldn't know what to do, right? Would be in a crisis of some sort. um, we want to change that, guys, and we want to focus on strategizing money, right? Like being strategic with it. First of all, we have to figure out what is causing the lack of money, so to speak, that a lot of people are struggling with. Well, it's just in that word, lack. It comes from the belief of lacking it. If you believe that you don't have something, well, obviously you're going to create that personal reality. You create your personality around beliefs, and that personality creates your personal reality, right? If I believe that I'm on the path to being more healthy every single day, and I believe that I'm getting stronger, then that's going to become part of my personality and also transfer into reality itself. Um, that's truly how it works. Same as with money. If I believe that money is stressful, if I believe that money is vanishing, if I believe that money is disappearing, then I'm going to create that sort of outcome for myself, which is not what we want, all right? And I don't think that's what you want either. Now, instead, if you change that belief to I am strategic with money, money is always growing, money is easy to have in the bank, money does not disappear, then that's going to become a part of how you act in day-to-day life, and you're always going to find yourself stacking more of it, having more of it, feeling abundant with it, right? Being strategic, being logical, not being in that stressful state of lack or worry, which creates that certain outcome that you don't want, right? And it's like logical, and we know that it is like this for most areas of our life, especially with relationships. If we believe that a relationship won't work out, we usually start to self-sabotage it, right? Or if we believe that another person is a certain way, then we're going to not like that person, or like that person based on what we believe, right? Why wouldn't it be the same for our finances, guys? So it really starts with changing your belief around money. And what I found for my own life, and also for people that I know, and what I know to be true for most people, is the belief that money is stressful to have to deal with, right? It's stressful. And what do we do with stress, guys? We want to get rid of stress, right? So we have to change that internal belief that money is stressful, and we have to start looking at money as a creative tool. We have to start looking at it like a strategic sort of fun energy to have in the bank. Like we always want more money in the bank. We want to keep it in the bank. We don't want to spend it. We don't want to get rid of it because it is not stressful. It's a tool that we can use for creative purposes, for taking care of our families, for living more abundantly, right? For doing what we want to do in life. Now, to be strategic with it, practically there are a few things you can do to start seeing an increase in your bank every single month or every single week, depending on how you earn money. And the beautiful thing about this strategy, guys, is that you don't even need to earn a lot of money here to surpass most people in terms of saving and getting strategic with it. Because when you develop this habit, that I'm about to teach you guys now, when you develop it, you're going to learn how to handle large amount of money too, right? Because it's the habit that's important here. So you want to start looking at where the money is going. First of all, where am I spending it? Most people aren't even aware. It goes to bills every single month. We know that. So track the bills, right? Like, this is how much it's spent on bills. This is how much free money I got left for to use, right? And now start strategically tracking where the spending is going every single day. Most people don't look at their bank every single day. I actually recommend looking at it every single day to just see how much you're spending, guys. And what's going to happen is you're going to see that a lot of that money being spent is being spent on impulsive behaviors, right? On impulse. It might be spent on things that give us temporary pleasure, temporary dopamine hit. And then you can sort of start thinking, well, do I really need to spend money on that, right? Do I need to spend that money on temporary short-term dopamine? Probably not, right? Probably not. Basically, guys, the whole goal with this strategy is of tracking money, right? Is to put aside money every single day. Treat it like you're stacking it instead of spending it. And that starts to become the habit instead of spending. When I started doing this, I was shocked that money's always in the bank. And it's just logical. But if we're too attached to the idea of money being stressful, or to the idea that money is being, that is in lack, then we're going to create that. We're going to spend it on things we don't need. We're going to spend it on activities that we don't really enjoy. We're going to spend it on, just spend it. Just spending it for no reason at all, basically, So track what you're spending it on. Another very practical thing here, guys, is you want to put aside a fixed amount every single month. Usually more than you think you can handle putting aside, right? Like, when I started doing this, putting aside more than I thought I could handle putting aside, first of all, there's always money there, right? And it's always stacking, which is great. It's a good feeling, not looking at the bank being like, oh, where did that go? No, it's still there and it's growing, right? That's a good thing. Put aside more than you think you can handle, and have a goal for why you're putting it aside, right? Have a goal for it. So it might be you want to save $10,000 or something like that, or $20,000 or $30,000. Have that as a goal. What are you going to do when you reach that goal? Have a bigger vision for it, like play for vision for money, right? Like something you want to actually do with your life. Then it becomes more meaningful to actually start saving. Now, investing, I don't really know that much about investing. I do invest in my artistic pursuits. I do invest in books. I do invest in the gym membership, for instance, and things like that. But investing in crypto or stocks, I've not really gotten into that. I have to as well, though. But just on that basis of saving, changing your belief around money, it changes everything. Like, I can't really explain it in different terms. It really has to start with belief, guys. And like I said, this is something you want to develop wherever you're at with earning. All right. When I was doing sales coaching, I was coaching a guy who was earning more than $10,000 a month, but his spending was about $10,000 a month. So every single month he was still stressed, and he was working 12, 14-hour days, not really enjoying life the way he wanted to enjoy life, right? So the more you earn doesn't mean the more abundantly you live. It's about the better you handle money, the better your belief system around money is, the better you are strategically with it. Overall, the more prosperous and abundant your life will be, right? When I cut out like, if we're focusing on getting rich, guys, if we're focusing on being wealthy, then that should be the main goal. Not spending money on parties, not spending money on brand clothes, right? Not spending money on a lot of flashy things. For instance, I know a lot of guys that go broke from buying a new car when they are like in their 20s. They say, oh, I want to have that car so that I can impress other people. That's what they're thinking in their mind. But they're coming from a belief that money is stressful and it has to be spent, right? So they buy like a brand new car for maybe $30,000 or $20,000. dollars, and they're in debt, having to pay that car off every single month. That's money that could have just been saved instead, and being built up. And they could have bought like a used car instead for maybe 5,000, 4,000, save up to that and buy a used car. Now you don't have debt, and you're stacking money for other things in life, right? It's not about appearing rich, guys. It's about stacking money and living life on your own terms. All right? It's about feeling at peace with the money you have and learning not to spend it, and not putting yourself in debt, not putting yourself in situations where you run out of it, not spending it on a bunch of things. Having purpose in life where you find joy, happiness, creativity from other activities rather than spending money or impressing other people, right? You can get a really, really cool looking shirt for maybe 10, 20 bucks, but if you buy it with designer clothes, maybe 200 bucks, just to impress other people, right? So a lot of it comes from belief, guys. Like I said, start developing the belief of you're a guy that's saving and you love saving money, right? You just love having it in the bank, and you're saving toward a goal. Makes it more fun. You start tracking your spending every single day, and purposefully you remove the things that aren't supporting your goal. You remove spending on things that aren't supporting your goal. So this means like you remove pleasurable activities, perhaps like going partying, buying things to impress other people, right? They give that short-term dopamine, and instead you save that money toward the goal. That's the way to do it. And like I also said, the belief here is like the most important thing. Yeah, you have to develop the belief. Get rid of the fear of money. Get rid of it. Get rid of these thoughts of lacking it. Get rid of the thoughts of it has to go away, because no matter where you're at, then, because I know this to be true, whether I was earning 2,000 or 5,000 at a particular month, I believed that money was stressful. I believed that it was vanishing. I made it happen though. It didn't vanish. I made it vanish, because that's the beliefs I was taught growing up. But now I changed that. So very grateful, happy, respect money, strategic with it, not attaching any negative emotions toward it. Just being very intelligent about money, right? Stacking it rather than spending it. Stacking, not spending. Yeah, if you did enjoy this video, guys, hit the like, subscribe. I will be dropping a new video tomorrow, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.